on this. Good evening and an amazing Wednesday evening to everyone who are here, and I'm so privileged that we are at the final month of 2022. All right, good, nice. So let me just give a little bit of a spotlight on me. Good. So by the way, guys, I would also like to tell you today is a kind of a very special sessions. We have lot of things lined up. And how many of you guys are coming in for first time? Give me a hand raise. First timers. All right, good. Acha, how many of you guys are my old fellow brothers and sisters? Give me a big round of cheer, man. If you have came in here earlier and you have found a lot of power here. Good. Awesome. Nice. So I think still people have some issues coming in here. And we will try to make sure that we have much more flawless entry from the next time. And this is our roller coaster stuff. So the last session that we had, I think how many of you guys enjoyed the last couple of sessions? Give me a big round of applause if you find out this was very powerful. I will try my level best to make this session also as much powerful. You know what? Every day it's a challenge for me to find out the best things and give it to this family. And serve this family with my entire heart, and that's the same kind of philosophy we take in as Festians, right? So many people who are new and you are invited or you are coming in with a reference to somebody else. All right, thank you. So we will just let you know what we do, how we do, and by the way, I will also introduce to some of the guests that we have today. We will also invite and let you know about the God of the day. So how many of you know God of the day? Okay, if you do not know, we have an abbreviation to this. So we have God means Guru of the day and guests of the day. So these guys have done some amazing things in their lives, and they have really some amazing experiences that they can share with us. And I will be the Dada for you guys. My name is AMIT Nath, and I am running this show probably from I don't know how many years now. And this monthly meeting is something which is a very well thought, powered up, planned strategic meeting, which is gonna go till 10:30. Hello. Okay, so if you guys are thinking, chalo chota mota hai chal jayega, I'm telling you, will not be able to get breathing time also. Yeah. So make sure you have got enough of water with you and pen and paper. This will be recorded definitely. This recording is not for the public. Hello. This is only for the people who are inside the family. And as I said, and specifically for the guests who are here, personally, we would like to share with them also. And we'll be inviting many other people who are going to be joining in some time. And so I have two requests. Okay, two requests. Number one, if you have your, a name which is iPhone or some other Samsung, please rename yourself. You have a fantastic name. let me invite you with that name, right? So let's not invite you as Mr. Samsung and Gioni and Sony and MI and I don't know what other brands. Okay, so let's call you with name. So go to your participants. There is a link called participants. You will find, if you click participants, go to your name. Next to your name, you'll find more. Next to the more, you'll find rename. So please rename yourselves, guys. And yeah, and those people who are coming for the first time, okay, I want you to do a small favor, okay? Just in front of your name. My name is Amit Nath. So in front of my name, okay, not in the chat, rename yourself with a new, okay, with a new, so that we know who you are, and we have got some special gifts for you. Hello, we got some very special gifts for you. Okay, some people are already smiling. Good. So if you are coming in here, okay, so if you have done, just type in done. Okay, so new people, just type new in front of your name in the, not in the chat bar, but rename yourself. All right, so with that, let me give a little bit of a background of what we do, how we do, and all these things. But just to give you kind of a heads up on what is going to happen quickly, the time is up. Okay, so very pakka on that. Dada is very pakka. How many of you think Dada is very pakka on that? All right, so I'll just give you a kind of a quick understanding of what's going to happen here. This is going to be the schedule for today. This is going to be the schedule, and we're going to be at 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, I'll be definitely giving the address from myself, where we'll talk about many other things. and we have wisdom of the month. So I'm going to give you something which is going to be very, very powerful for you guys. I'm going to give you something that you can take it to your probably the last breath. Okay. And at 9 o'clock, I'll be inviting somebody who is going to be the guest of the day or guru of the day. Okay. So it will be the guru of the day. So today we have a special guest, and we'll talk about him in some time. And then at 9:30 to 10 o'clock, okay, in this half an hour period, we have got 3 people. Okay. So these people, we are going to talk about them, how was their journey, and what are things they have done. And at 10:10, which is always the tick mark time, at 10:10, we're going to talk about the experience, and we're going to invite some of the guests who are here, the dignitaries out there, and we're going to take their views on this. And 10 o'clock to 10:30, 10:10, we're going to give you a Fest Connect, where we're going to play a little bit of, there is a surprise, guys. We are going to give you certain things. You have to earn a gift. Ready? How many of you guys are willing to earn some gifts? Christmas time, man. You should be able to earn some gifts today. And we're going to end with a creed. And at the end, whoever are here, you'll be also getting the link of everything which is going to be here. Powerful? I'm going to give you everything. So don't worry. And so how many of you guys are excited now? Okay. No? Within 5 minutes, our parrot's going to fly. Okay. So these are something. So keep your hands on your pen and paper. There are a lot of things going to come, and I will take you through this entire beautiful journey. And those people who have joined in new, who are guests, and people who have come in from different parts of India and who have joined in. So I am also supported with Shrikant. Where are you, buddy? So Shrikant is the man behind the show. Where are you? Okay. So he'll be there shortly. And he's also coordinating many things simultaneously. Give a round of applause to Shrikant. He's been a kind of a great support to us. Thank you. All right. And we will also invite certain people in few minutes. I think these guys are already there. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. All right. Okay. So Shrikant, please let me know once our guests are there. You need to make them as co-hosts so that they can unmute themselves and they can come on screen and they can share their stuff and all those things, right? So that's going to be Shrikant out there. And echo, just mute it up. Okay. So only the co-host can echo. So make sure that you are not in a kind of a noisy area. All right. So let me mute Shrikant out there. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So today what we did. Okay, let me give you a kind of a small stuff here. So this is something which I call it as the happiness session, and this link will be given to you guys. Don't worry, and you are all invited. This link has got only 2 things. Okay, it has got only 2 things. It has a question, and it has your email ID and phone numbers. Anything that you want me to talk to, or anything that you want us to take up, any kind of problems, anything. This is called as a happiness sheet. You can share your good, bad, ugly. Dada is more of a black hole and a sponge right now. You can give me anything. I'm definitely going to be eating it out. These questions are, so keep this form with you, even if you are not in the family, even if you are a guest, or even if you are an invitee, even if you are a referred somebody here, please keep this form. We definitely answer all your points, all your questions and queries. Usually we do that in a Sunday. And we do broadcast on social medias, on our Facebook and other places. We're going to give you all the links, guys. Don't worry. Good? Ready? So this is something by which you can connect with us. So we are increasing our support systems as well. So you no longer just need to connect with our support team. You can also connect here. You can also write to support@amitnath.in, and there are many other things. Okay. How many of you guys are coming and watching all these things for the first time? Give a hand raise. Anyone is new? Absolutely new? Absolutely new. You have no idea what happens here. Okay, Ashish, you are there, man. I know you. Right? If you have no idea what we do, then just to give you things. Okay, so I've given you certain things. So let me start the session with this. Okay, good. So you will learn it here. Okay, so this is going to be my address for this. This is the kind of a monthly gathering of the family where we have got Fest, 3M. There are multiple people are there from different parts of India. We have got my invitees, and we also invite certain people who are highly designated and they have done some work here. So what is the mission of this entire thing? The mission is to create financial confidence, then financial freedom in the country, thereby helping our nation to be a golden bird once again. How we do this? To be the India's first largest closer network for knowledge share industry. So this is the conclave. This is the place. This is the only one authentic GST registered, stamped, signed place for India's largest closing community, which is authorized right now. And now we are felicitated by multiple people, including today. The latest development is we are also being approved as one of the pioneers right now with Xavier Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship in India. Okay, so big round of applause for this entire team, which is doing a fantastic job right now. So what are the core values? Okay, so this is for the family members out there and whoever is, get a smell of what we do, man. So to be the finest observer, salient interrogator, and a master closer. And why we do master closing? If you are surviving on this earth, either you have closed or there is no food, you go hungry. To be an inspirational leader and relief provider to the prospect than a mediocre closer. To be a genuine and authentic human being with the 5 principles of mind, you need to be ethically correct, morally correct, legally correct, financially correct, and spiritually correct. And remember, your income is directly proportional to the quality of service provided to your clients and prospect. So if you have an income issue, here is the problem. Be hungry to outwork. There are 3 rules of success that we follow here in FEST, Finance Excellence Strategy Technocrats. Outwork others, work more than others, work with an outsmart others. That means you take different kind of techniques that we share with you inside the system where you can outsmart others. And the last one is when other people are like mediocre, they don't know what to do, lower self, I don't know how, you spend more. When you buy good software, you buy good result. When you invest on your information and knowledge, you also get the output of that equivalent things. The best investment is here. Next one, be a Festian for life, be a closer for life, be a good human being for life. So that's the core values that we do. And now, so for the new members, let me tell you a little bit about new members, okay? So new members, understand this. This entire system is highly designed based on more than 15+ years of every day's involvement of me and my team and structured it out. Everything is highly standardized and protocol. You can see everything is minute by minute precisions. So plan of action for the new members. Number 1, literacy. Literacy is the first. Okay. If you are here, you need to identify a couple of things. Number 1, who you are, what you have, what is around you, and what you can do with what is around you, and how can you serve others with the new skill that you have identified. Pause the video if you're watching this video. Rewind 3 times, read it this, you will understand that. Next one is fluency. So anything that you learn is completely a waste unless and until you practice, you get into a kind of a simulation. And that's why we have created a dojo module structures where you can role play, you can structure it out. Before you go to the war and die, it is better to bleed 10 times inside the dojo, inside the war arena, we call it as. So here you get into the fluency mode, here you get into the competency mode, and here you get the confidence as well. The 4th one is the mastery level, where you do certain things with unconscious competence. So you don't have to remember. So look, when you start into the bicycle balancing, initially it will be like too much focus, but when you have mastered it, it becomes easy. Then you can do, wheelie with both the hands up and all those things. That comes at the mastery level where you work with an inner circle. The team is very, very core team. And the final thing is called as authority mantle, where you don't start a business. We do not encourage people to start business, but we encourage people to take over running business. This is faster, this is very impactful. And now we have got a lot of people different from Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Ghana, Ukraine. Yes, in fact, from Ukraine also, a lot of opportunities are opening up. And that's for the new members. So be very, very, very optimistic on what exactly is going to happen. Believe that you can do that. Believe in the process. And always believe that this is something that has been already tried, tested, and working. So that's for the new members. So how is it going so far? Okay. How's it going so far? Awesome, nice. So let's start the Christmas party. Let's start with the gifts, right? Happy? Let's start with the gifts before you go to the Gyan session of it. So what we're going to do is quickly, let me tell you, okay, I have a couple of things that we give on this monthly meetings. Very, very powerful things. Number one, I give you a video. Okay, this video is something that you can read, repeat, rehearse, replay, and imbibe in your day-to-day practices. I don't give you a lot of things, but I give you something that can sustain for 1 month. These are highly selected, precision-based videos. Everything, not only videos, the books, okay, and the things that we do. And we will also tell you about certain people that you should learn, you should know them in their life. So the first thing is, let's talk about the video. So the video of the month, title of the video is called as The Ultimate Introduction Myth. Okay, this is the very, very deep core structure that we do inside Fest, how we close deals like this. When other people are still thinking, kaise kiya, we have already done that. So I'm going to give you something which is very core element. This chapter is inside the one of the corest part of Fest. So I give you all these things. Okay, this is only for the family member here. This is something that you need to repeat at least a couple of times, because you will learn the different kind of things that can help you creating your first mover impact, how to work around them. Always remember, first impression is closing. Hello, pause, pause, pause. First impression is not last impression. First impression is the goddamn closing. Hello, did you get that? So when you meet people, your perfume, your style, your shoes, what you're wearing, everything is seen, not about what you talk. Hello, okay. Are you perceived in the right way? Are you wearing the right stuff? Are you wearing the right gear? These are all the things which happens here. So this particular video is going to tell you about the second element, not the first element of your outside appearance, but many times it happens when the guy started to talk. Yes or no? Have you seen? Some people, when they start with the lines, they come with lines, spick and span, full chick-chack model kind of things. But when they open their mouth, the truth comes out. The right quality comes out. Yes or no? Right? Now, this is the first thing that is more required here. That's what I'm giving it to you. I will teach you about, these are the structures. Introduce yourself effortlessly in any situation, whether it is an interview, get-together events, promotional events, internal events, product demonstration, pitching, or any kind of investor meet also. These are certain structures. This is the video that is going to help you. How many of you guys are powerful now? Feeling good? Okay. So a detailed overview of how you can woo your client with just a powerful intro as the communications. Guys, inside Fest, we also tell you about a 90 minutes of being a cynosure, center of attraction. Cynosure means center of attraction. How you can 90 seconds, not 90 minutes, 90 seconds, you can technically make people woo you. The proof, I'll send it to you tomorrow. Okay. So we have done that yesterday. I think Shrikant was there and other people were also there, where in an entire college, how you can become somebody who is the center of attraction in the entire college. Yeah. So today I'll say to all these things. So this is the video, guys. The video is fairly, I think, around 20 minutes, but I would like you guys to go through the video multiple amount of times. This is the first thing that you should do probably throughout your life. How do you introduce? Regarding this video, I would also like to thank their two counterparts who had actually helped this, Coach Ganesh and Coach Sandeep. Okay, so give a big round of applause, because without them, this particular video wouldn't have been possible. Okay, this is coming straight to you. All right. Is it powerful? How to introduce yourself? How do you take that stage? How do you handle that mic? What is mic? Masters in control. How many are getting, wow, this is a good one. Okay. What is mic? Masses in control. So how do you control the movements? How do you take all these things? Guys, I'm doing it right now. Okay, I'm doing it right now. I'm showing you about how we do all these things. So next one. Awesome, nice. So let's move on. Okay, so this was the first gift. Okay, every time we come to the Wednesday meetings, you are bound to get a lot of things. So next one, the people you must know. Okay, before we go to this, Look at this. The moment you are born, you said mommy, papa, something you said, right? Why you said? Did you already knew how to say? No. Because that gentleman or that gentle lady told 3,000 times, tell papa, 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 you said, okay, papa. Yes or no? You have been forced to learn because we learn by copying. Hello. There is no original idea. Today, I went and I heard probably around 19 pitches of different businesses, young boys, I have no doubt, but there is no authentic idea. This is all combination of Zomato, Swiggy, and the same thing. Yes or no? You'll find the same things. Guys, there is no authentic things. You can just compile new stuff. So how we learn? We learn from the people who are called Siddhas. How many of you know what is a Siddha? Siddhas are those people who have been there, done it and dusted it. They have accomplished something. They have got the awards, the trophies, and all the good stuff. Yes or no? So that's why we learn from certain people. So what we have done is in a year, we introduce you to 12 such people whom very less people know. I'm not telling you don't know them, but very less people know them. And in the last meeting, I think last to last meeting, we also introduced a small girl, standard 8th, Anushka. She has made 58 lakhs venture fund, she has got from the Shark Tank. Now we introduced this thing like, what was those things, how without any kind of a mentor, without any help, without any support, how she was able to go to such kind of things, how a standard 8 kid can reach to a stage where 55 years old Buddhas cannot go there. I'm sorry. Am I right? So what was that power? Today, I would like to introduce to somebody else. Every month, I would like to introduce to one person whom you can look upon, whom you can learn from, whom you can get ideas, inspiration, motivation, and many other things that probably can hit you. Powerful? Okay. So today, I would like to invite you, or probably I think introduce you to somebody. So here is the thing. Okay. So there are two people. Okay. One is Travis Kalanick, and another one is Dara. I'm very bad in the pronunciation, Barry. Please help me. Khosrow Wasahi. Okay, so I'll call it as Dara. Okay, so Travis and Dara. How many of you know this guys? Give me a hand raise if you already know this guys. Okay, anyone knows this guys? Or else give me a thumbs down. Good. So I'm going to show you a mirror today with these two different people. And I would also request those people who are here, who are behind the screen, this is the right time to come and show your face. You know why? This is your new logo. Jo dikhta hai, wo milta hai. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a little bit about these two gentlemen, Travis Kalanick and Dara. So I would like to probably show you a small YouTube, okay, which might be around say 7 minutes. And I would like to give you an analytics of this to me. Now, who are these guys? We're going to be doing it in some time. Before I play this video, let me tell you, how many of you know this company called Uber? Everyone knows Uber? Good. So both of these guys were or are the CEO of Uber. Now, okay, now you know where these guys are. But there are two different people out there. And why Dada wants to make you aware of these two people on this Wednesday? There is a reason for that. Now, let us hear from them. Okay, so I'm going to probably play this. I'm definitely going to give all these videos to you guys. Okay, so I have an analysis here. We're going to talk about this analysis in a few minutes. So let me play this video. And let me know if the sound is clear. Just give me a thumbs up, Shrikant. Sound? I don't know why it is not playing.
Cool. So you mentioned both CEOs, so let's just tackle that one for a few minutes. What do you think the difference is between TK and DK? So I'm just shortening it, but you have to, I mean, don't hold back, right? So TK and DK.
Yeah.
Well, two different personalities.
I think we can jump right to a very safe assumption that we will not be seeing a Showtime limited series on Dara Khosrowshahi.
Okay.
And I mean that.
So before we go ahead, let me introduce. This is a panel interview which has been done. And so when they talk about TK and DK. Now you understand this Travis and Dara. So there are two different personalities. Both of them are CEOs. And Travis was the earlier CEO who was replaced by Dara. Okay, so we call them as DK. And these are three people who had been working inside Uber, and multiple people are there from different kind of vendors, partners. So we will not go to the entire 7 minutes, but we're going to break it down into like probably around 3 or 4 different parts of 30 seconds each, so that we don't bore you out with this. This video will be given to you so that you can understand more in details. Okay. So my intention is to introduce to two different personalities, and let us hear from them for the next 30 seconds. We're going to come back.
As a compliment. I mean that as a compliment because Travis is like eye candy. I mean, he just was this just wild and crazy guy. Just wore his just uninhibited behavior on the sleeve. He just reveled in it, and he also spoke his mind. I mean, he had nothing but derision, as far as I could tell, for drivers. They whine too much, they complain too much, they cost too much, and I'm going to just wipe them out because we're going to get autonomous vehicles in here as just quickly as possible, and then we'll be done with them and we'll be making a lot of money. I mean, that's things that Dara would never say. So I think it's important to make that distinction, because Dara, and again, I'm in awe. I have never seen someone as optimistic and always seeing the glass half full and always seeing the bright side.
All right, so just take a small pause. Okay, so please watch this entire 7 minutes of this discussion when you get time tonight. Okay, ready? There is a reason why I'm sharing this. So we are comparing two different people. One was forced to go out and resign being a CEO. Another person is invited to take over to repair and scale up the company. Did you understand this? So when you are in business, you need to understand there are certain qualities that are detrimental for the organization, and there are certain qualities which are good for the organization, what people love. So when you come to FEST, we don't only teach you about or structure you about how to manage things. My understanding, you cannot manage a company if you don't have these amazing qualities that we are going to discuss today. One of the very powerful qualities is called as karuna, empathy. How many of you understand this? Empathy. So we're going to understand this, why one CEO was completely banned. His own teammates are not able to take care of them, and why this gentleman was asked to leave. So I have a comparison, and this is something which is not done by me, but this research has been done by Harvard Business School. Now, are you okay with that? I'm giving you something. You don't have to read 10,000 books. I'm giving you only those things by which you will understand about the true meaning of ownership. Leadership is bullshit. You will learn about ownership. How somebody from a third-party company, he comes down there and he takes over the entire thing, and he creates a worldwide biggest brand called as Uber. Yes or no? He had no idea also. But the gentleman who created all these things from the scratch, why he was not able to sustain, why he had to give it up. This is the billion-dollar deal that happened. Now, let's talk about the qualities of these people. So what you have just seen was these three gentlemen talking about all the things. I have narrated all the things in a very small thing so that you get the crisp. You really don't need to never read books, always use books. I'm giving you something which is a snippet of it. So the first thing below is the analysis. This is something that I would like to tell you of exactly how opposite the Uber leaders, which is something the global ride, hailing giant thing. First one, okay. So this is the guy, Travis, Kate, or TK, okay, TK and DK. So we have got Kalanick, okay. He breaks rules. He says, this is my way or highway, where Dara says, we create rules based on everyone's intentions of participating in that rules. How many of you guys are getting this? He let people create a law for themselves, where other gentlemen said, do whatever it takes, but get the job done. There is a two different thought process. Hello? Very powerful. Next one. Okay. Travis says, look, but Dara, the person who built up the entire Uber to the worldwide global platform, He says, listen. Did you understand the two different words? Hey, look, listen. There are two ways. These are called as verbal stimulus. So if you are here and if you want to learn about closing, you should also understand about microfacial, aberrations. There are certain called as, these are like this, the verbal stimuli. Okay, the difference between look and listen. Next one, Kalanick has a proclivity for public hubris. We'll talk about that. And Dara is all about humor. So the first guy is always into rage. Kano, why you have to do that? Why don't you do this? Hello, drivers, I'm going to gill you out. Let's do this. This is my way. My have to be done. But the other guy talks about humor. He creates very intense decisions by using the power of humor. So this is an art that we usually do it in very deep inner sessions. And this is only for the advanced level. We talk about how you can change a very powerful, very serious talk into humor. Humor can ease anything. Next point. Okay. The Travis Kalanick is a salesman, whereas the other gentleman is a manager. He doesn't go into the sales process, but he does it as a manager. He creates that kind of a bond by which and in Hindi, we call it as jugaad. How many of you understand jugaad? Okay, you understand jugaad? If this does not work, this will work. If this does not work, somebody else will work. If no one works, I'm going to work. That's what is called as the management kind of structures. Okay. The next one is another trait where the first guy is rough, second guy is to the point. Okay. So there is a difference of way of throwing communications. Okay. We can say, Shrikant, this is bullshit, man. You should not do that. The second guy talks in a very different way and it is very direct. It's called a straight edge. Shrikant, let's understand this. If we do in this way, this will give option A. But if we do in this way, it will be option B. So let's understand, we need option A or option B. I think let's work with the option B. So this is like straight edge. Did you understand this? It is not the matter. It is about the tonality and it is about many things that we take up in test. Guys, I'm giving you the exact things, how a global change can happen in such kind of a huge things, only if you know this kind of closing techniques. Next one. One gentleman is an innovator. Okay. But this gentleman, the Dara, the guy who has been invited, he's a sculptor. So there is a new word between innovation and sculpture. Innovation is finding something new. It's a new concept, new strategy, new product, new software, new strategy, blah, blah. But what is a sculpture? Whatever is there, let's make it a beautiful thing. So you give him a stone, he creates the sculpture. Hello, did you get this? You give him a, that is what I'm talking about. It's called as the virtual CEO. People are not able to run companies. There are plenty of such kind of companies. They don't look at somebody who is the KT method. They need the TK method, but they need the TD method. Okay, or DK. Sorry, I'm forgetting DK method. Sorry. So the Dara method. So we're going to talk about this part of being a sculptor. So sculpture means you are given something, you be happy with that and create a very powerful, valuable thing. So you give him a stone, he can create a sculpture, he can create a temple around, and he can create an amazing amount of business. Yes or no? Did you get the power here? Okay. And the next point. Kalanick apologizes for what he has done, but Dara apologizes for what he has not done. Okay, guys, look at the two different characteristics. Okay, one guy says, oh, I'm sorry, and the other guy says sorry for something that he has not done. He takes the blame on him. That is called ownership. And some people teach you leadership. Oh, I can do that, I can do this. It is about a self-ego. But when you take ownership, it is about the first one to bow down, first one to bow down. And I'm not only telling this, I'm going to give you a book in which probably in the page number, I'll tell you the exact pages, guys. In the page number 5, you will find this drawing. Okay, I can show this drawing. This is called as a trust triangle. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you this. I'll give you this. In this triangle, there are a couple of things which are very powerful. Okay, so here, when you accept your problem, you are accepting only your problem. But when you are accepting others' problem, you become an owner of a company. You become the owner of the project, the department, and all this. It's a very big team building attribute. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. I'm just going a little faster because I'm out of time. Okay, and yeah, I've got a couple of things more to do. So Kalanick Travis is a disruptor. Okay, it tries to find out new ways, new hack, new system by which it can diminish others. It's in a competitive mode, whereas the Dara is more about stabilizing. Let's go for a longer run. Let's not hurry. Let's not compete. Let's work together. Let's stabilize this entire thing. Where one person is a self-reliant guy, okay, I will be myself. Okay, I will only do everything. We will manage everything. Whereas the other gentleman works with not about self-reliant, but self-aware. Okay, what all things we can do, which is our power? What all things we cannot do? What all things we can do, but we don't want to do, right? So these are certain attributes that creates an amazing individual here. So I hope these are very powerful things. And finally, Kalanick has a startup background, whereas Dara has an executive background. So he is always about the ownership model. So the source is also been given from where we have taken all these informations, guys. Every information has been tried, tested, and then presented to you. Okay, now you tell me how many of you guys got some very new characteristics difference between somebody who is at the top pinnacle but thrown out, and another one was no one but he was brought so that he can handle a global ecosystem of a huge business called as Uber. Good. So give your statements and give your pointers. How did you find this information for you? I'm showing you the two different characteristics of two different people here. This is the point which I wanted to share with you of know the people of this month. I hope this you like these two people. Hello. Okay. Now let's move on. Okay. Now some gifts. Book of the month. I'm going to give you the book of the month. So this book of the month is called as Harvard Business Review. This is a book. Yeah. And the book looks like this. Okay, this book looks like this. This is in my hand. If you can see this is the same book, 2022. Okay. The links will be given to you guys. Don't worry, I'll give you all the links. Why I'm asking you to look into this book. So this is 2022. The next one is 2023. We'll get the other one also. Yeah, I think it's somewhere here. So the links are already given. So why this book? There is a reason. Okay. Every month I give you one book to read. Why one book? Because these are selected books which compiles a lot of informations in an easy implementable way. So this is the book. The link will be given to you guys. Don't worry. Okay. I'll just read out this part. You will understand what I'm talking about. So this is one of the finest part is begin with the trust. Many people, they start their company. Guys, let me tell you from my experience from yesterday and today, I've seen more than 19 different kind of colleges participating in Karnataka's first B plan. And I'm happy that I was the chief guest out there. And that's the trophy. Okay. So I'm happy to share you that today, let me tell you, all the 19 pitches are completely crap. Completely crap, because these people are wearing suit inside an air-conditioned place, having a smartphone in their hand and Wi-Fi happening out there. They have never went out under the sun. They have never went out in the rain. They have never touched the ground. They cannot take off this and lie on the ground to touch and feel the business. The business is always about the problem of the guy who is outside. Yes or no? It is not sitting inside and doing this. So I have a different kind of a things. So this particular book talks about how to be authentic business generator. What are the kind of, I think there are 12, no, sorry. There are 11 such kind of amazing informations are there. That's why I want to give you this book for this month. This book is a periodical which comes every year. Like this is for 2022. Okay. The links I can give it to you guys. Don't worry. Okay. And there is something. So here, this talks about begin with trust, which is a very powerful element here. Then the second, I think this is something which will like it. The rules of competition, what you should do, what you should not do. And this gives you a lot of things. So I'm giving you a very snippet. There are 10 different authors who have been there, done it and dusted it. They have snippeted everything in less than 3 pages. Their entire life's journey in 3 pages. Is it powerful? 3 to 4 pages. Okay, I'm giving you only those guys who are highly expert. Always remember, a smart guy learns from their own mistake. A knowledgeable guy learns from others' mistake. A wise gentleman learns from the success of successful people. Third one is good. This is it. So this is something which you get every year. And so leaders looking for inspiration, that is big ideas, both to accelerate their own growth and that of their own companies, should look no further. This book series focus on core topics that every ambitious manager or entrepreneur needs to know: leadership strategies, change, managing people, managing yourself. Harvard Business Review has sorted through hundreds of articles and selected only the most essential reading on each topic. Each title includes timeless advice that will be relevant and regardless of an ever-changing business environment. So these are the 2 links where you can get the Amazon links for 2022, and this is for 2023. This is all coming to you as a gift today. How many of you guys found it fantastic? So you don't have to read 10,000 books. Let Harvard select what to read. And now I'm giving you exactly what they want you to read. Powerful? Okay. So next, okay, smart tools. I'm taking 2 minutes more here. Okay. Then we're going to give you a small thing. All right. So smart tools for the month. I have gifts for you. So we have got 2 gifts. One is called as the Apollo.io. So this is a sales intelligence website. Okay, you can schedule a demo out there. This is something, if you are into B2B, if you are into a B2A, B2G, B2G means business to government or business to any kind of association based kind of things, this is an amazing tool. Guys, this is a very secret tool that we use in as an agencies. Many agencies might not even know about this. So what does this particular tool does? Okay, so you can search, engage, and convert over 250 million contacts at over 60 million companies with Apollo's sales intelligence and engagement platform. You don't have to do anything. Everything is inside this platform. How many of you guys are getting aha moment now? Okay, you have a problem of lead generation. You have a problem of going and connections. You have a problem of finding out, identifying who is the right person, decision maker. I think this is something that can be a fantastic part of it. So we have got amazing companies like Autodesk and Stripe. These are like very, very huge companies, guys. DocuSign, and they have got more than 250 million plus contacts, 60 million data of companies. They have got 120 million mobile numbers and 20,000 plus paying customers already. This is an amazing tool. If you ask me, this is one of my finest recommendations for B2B and B2A and B2O. So if you do not know what is B2A, business to association, business to organizations. Business to associations means, like, for example, real estate associations of Maharashtra. Okay, or you want to do for Minnesota, or you want to do it for different countries. This is here. This is not a free product, guys. This is a paid product. Pricing and all these things you can take from here, and you can search, you can target. And by the way, this gives you an amazing thing. Okay, so you can have, there's something called as crowd ranking. You will also know who has replaced whom. You will also know about customer reviews about their brand. You will also know about their brand stories and many things that you can get. If you are buying the highest platinum versions, you can also get some of the deep insights which otherwise not possible. So this is a very updated system, and this is a high demand. And recently they are getting a huge amount of investment as well. Now, how many of you find this is very powerful? This is not a free tool. This is not a free tool, but this is a very, very powerful. At least you now know the tool. Hello? At least you now know the tool. So for example, if someone wants to sell an insurance to a company CEO, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the chairman directly? Yes? Hello? or you want to go to somebody lower and then ask, sir, who is the decision maker, this, that, and then go to chairman. Here, if you use this kind of tool, you can directly get an appointment there. There is a lot of business out there for just setting appointments. Powerful. So now this is good for B2B, but for other people, I have got another gift for you. So this is the next software for this month. Okay, so this is the smart tool for closers. Sorry. The second one is called as speech notes. Okay, this is for those people, like for example, let's say, okay, so let's say I want to just read out this part. Okay, so there are two things. Okay, I'm like doing some work, but I want someone to just read it out for me. I go here and click here.
HBR's 10 must-reads paperback series is the definitive collection of books for new and experienced leaders alike.
Okay, or else you can do the ulta also. Okay, you can tell it and it will type. So you just go and click in here. Okay, since I'm using the mic, I cannot use this right now. So if you are not using the mic, then I can probably, I'm just blocking this out. So you can talk and this will type at your own pace. So long story short, so you have got emails to write, you have got blogs to write, you have got some invitation to send, you want to create some WhatsApp communications. Speech notes. How many of you guys are powerful now? Good. Awesome. Nice. So these are some of the, this particular month, I wanted you to just play across with this. Don't just keep it as something in your cupboard or closet, but please use those things. So for this part, okay. All right. So we came to the smart tools for the closers. We gave you the books. We gave you the lot of things, right? All right. So next, I think we are missing our time. The next we have got 8:30 to 9 o'clock. I'll give you something called as the wisdom of the month, and we have a different topic today. And so how many of you need a break? Anyone needs a break here? No? Can we continue? Awesome. Nice. Powerful. So at 9 o'clock, we will have our guru. So Shrikant, please make me give me an indication if he's there. And we can make him as a co-host, and we're going to invite him at 9 o'clock. All right. So there is a book called Think and Grow Rich. How many of you have read this book? Okay. So I have a new book. So I'm going to give you something beyond. Okay. I'm going to give you something absolutely different here. So one second. So this is the title of Wisdom of the Month. And this is called as 6 steps to do so that you grow and stay wealthy. So I have a small presentation, and thank you so much for helping me out there. All right, so we're going to do 6 steps to do something or implement something so that you can grow and stay wealthy. I'm going to give you a very, very simplified steps. Now, these are certain things which has been very complicatedly created and given to the world. But I thought, why to make so much complications? Why not we make it so easy that even a bacha can do that? So I created this and crafted this. And then after this session, this particular 6 steps, I'm also going to give you something which I have revealed in the morning. I'm going to give you some powerful hacks for confidence boosting. Okay. Let me take a small suggestion and advice on this. How is it going so far, man? It's 1 hour over. Okay. Is it a roller coaster? It is too fast. Hello. Or it is too deep. Good. So let me give you some stuff. Okay. So 6 steps to do so that you grow and stay wealthy. So guys, I have not said rich. You know why? How many of you know why? Now, what is a rich? You might be rich by getting a dowry. You might loot something. You might steal something. You might dig it up something and you can become a kaun banega crorepati kind of. That is called rich. Hello. Getting me? But what is the meaning of wealthy is when you can create something and you can scale it up the way you want under your control. Powerful? Did you understand the difference between being rich and being wealthy? But in a common term, we call it as rich. So it is not about being wealthy, but it is about staying wealthy. How can you stay wealthy also? So I'm going to give you 6 very simple hacks. Okay. Now it is up to you. You want to do it or not. My job is to tell you. My job is to follow that. My job is to practice it and perform it. And I'm actually doing this. Number 1, this is very powerful. intent to implement. Dada, ye hai kya cheez? What is this? I don't know. Enidu, intent to implement. What is intent to implement? Okay. Many times we have something called as we have all the tools and softwares, we know the things, we have the books, the notes, and everything is set, but we don't. Yes or no? It's a new kind of a procrastination. Okay. We have everything, but still we don't do. Why? Because we are stuck with something called as overconfidence. We already have, no, we'll do it. Okay, the car is ready, full tank, everything, but the key is also there. We'll do it, man. We'll just start and go. So this is something which is called as, an intent of implement. So I give you something called as intent of procrastination. Now I'm also giving you intent of implement. What does it mean? Okay. So in this kind of conditions, this is the mental stimulus. Write it down. It's a mental stimulus. This stimulus stays for hardly microseconds. And let me tell you this, I'm going to give a very powerful tool. Okay, the bonus thing. If you can have this intent of implementation for more than 17 seconds, you are bound to do that work. Check it out. So whenever you are in a mess, okay, should I eat it or shouldn't I eat it? Should I go there? Shouldn't I? Should I talk to him or not? So if it is like 17 seconds, and if you are still there, then you are suffering from this problem of intent of procrastination. But if it is less than 17 seconds, if you are able to understand this, so some of the greatest minds, they have certain things called as a countdown timer. Okay, a countdown timer. They count it as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Let's go ahead and do it. So let's buy this. Let's jump in it too. Let's go and talk to her or him, or let's get admission there. Let's take this train. Let's book this bus. Hello, did you get that? It's called, what is it called? Let me share you the screen. 1 second. It's called as intent or to implement. Okay. This, if it stays for more than 17 seconds, then you have a problem. I'm giving you very vital points when you are closing deals, guys, in your day-to-day life. If the client is into this particular zone of intent of implementations, your timing is only 17 seconds. Either you do it or you don't do it. This 17 second is not my word. This is a research which is done by Harvard Business Review. Okay. This is not this edition. There is a previous edition where it is totally designed and talked about. That's why I'm telling you, read only those things that is required. That's why you need, see, the entire digital space is of lot of digital junk. There is so much of information out there. Then why you need such kind of a very, very powerful Wednesday meetings? Because someone needs to do that junk out there and pull out this. They have tried tested this, and I'm telling you, hey, this is for you. Okay. So this technique is taken from this, whatever I'm doing is called as serving as Savary. How many of you know the name Savary? Savary was the lady who ate the fruit and gave it to Lord Ram. How many of you know this? Anyone knows this? Okay. So that's what it's called as serving like Savary. So Savary was that lady who tasted everything, tried everything, and then give the selected fruit to the god. Powerful? Okay, so I'm also trying to do the same thing for you guys. I have tried, tested this. 17 seconds is all what you need to overcome. This is the time when people are looking to buy. Look, intent of implementation, then the second thing is also an intention. It is, oops, sorry, I think wrong slide, sorry, wrong slide, guys. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So there is one more thing is there. Okay, I think it is just connected. Okay, no problem. It is my mistake. 1 second. Okay. Then the second one is called as IOP. The slide is missing. Intent of purchase. Okay. Intent of implementation. That means mentally I'm ready. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. So when I say purchase, it is not about just buying, but there are many actions associated with buying. For example, taking my wallet out, finding my credit card, looking at the card, putting the number there, putting the CVV number, and pressing a submit button. Hello? Are you guys getting this? So this can work. So this paying is a different intention. This is called as intent of implement. But intent of purchase is something that will make them to buy, make them to do that. Again, remember, this is a tedious process. So taking out your wallet, look at the time, guys, look at the time. Taking out your wallet, taking out your card, then looking at this, typing the number, typing the CVV code, selecting the product and pressing it. It takes time. This time can also be a refusal time, objection time, denial time. Hello. How much we're getting powerful, man, today? I'm giving you all the powers of business. Very, very time. So intent of implementation is just one part of it, but intent of purchase is the biggest block, which many people don't know. That's why in Amazon, there is something called as one-click pay, one-click checkout. Have you heard of this kind of words? One-click checkout, one-click pay, one-click systems. So in your entire systems of business, we create those kind of avenues by which now I'm also telling you the other side of intent of implement. This is where we initiate the business, but the next business of intent to purpose is where we deflect the attention of that. I'm giving you a very, very, very powerful closing sessions, guys. This is not to be said in the weekly meet, I mean the monthly meetings. This is actually for the inner circle, but I'm sharing you with this, guys. How many are getting powerful here? Very, very deep, very, very deep. Next one is called as the PNP method, pen and paper method. So this is a thing that I would like to tell you. What gets written gets done. Now you can write it down. What gets written gets done. What you don't write, you don't see. What you don't see never gets done. Right? Very simple thing. Guys, my suggestion only for these people who are in this family here, do not use any kind of tools or applications for your day-to-day maintenance. Use a pen and paper. Pen and paper is very, very vital because it will be there with you. It's going to pinch you. It's going to be, you have to carry it. It's a load. You're going to open it up and you're going to do that. And you're going to, and I'm telling you, there is a beautiful thing. When you strike off the things, how many people like it? How many people like this? When you write something to-do list and you like to strike it off. Okay. How many were there? Oh, nice. So I'm not alone. This is an amazing addiction, you know, and I want you to believe in this addiction. The more you strike off, the more happy you will be. My guarantee. My guarantee. So what happens here? In our brain, okay, we have got multiple chemicals. One of the happiness chemical. There are 3 chemicals, guys. Okay, I love chemicals. Biochemistry alone. One is called dopamine. How many of you have heard of this word called dopamine? Areva. Cytosol. Cytosol. Okay, another happiness part is there called serotonin. Okay, these are 3, you know, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Amazing, guys. If these 3 you can control goddamn everything of your destiny. Now there is a reason why I'm asking you to use a pen and paper. Okay, people who are okay, whatever, you are a right-handed guy, raise your right hand. If you are a left-handed guy, raise your left hand. Okay, so this is how you do it. If you are a right-handed person, understand this. There are 2 ways. Okay, whichever your active hand, left hand or right hand, whatever active hand. So when you see something, you create certain image out of this, yes or no? And then you connect it to your past experience, events, moments, whatever. Hello, right? This is called as input, then logic, then output, right? So here in this output, there are 3 times something happening. Number 1, when you are thinking something, number 1, you are visualizing something, that is thinking and visualizing, that is number 1. Then you create something by which you are writing it down. Now you have put a logic to it, and now your body is mechanized. This is called as kinesthetics. Okay, kinesthetics. Now you are writing it. So when you write, you have your own style, own signature, own fonts, own handwriting, and the own way. So this is the second level where you actually make that thinking to more realistic methodologies now. Now you know the exact things. Okay. Number 3, many of you guys might not know. Look at your page where you are writing this. Show me the page wherever you are writing. Okay. This page has, look at the page. 2 seconds to you guys. Look at the page and remember the doodle. Okay. Do one thing, make a star mark on the top right hand side. Make a star mark and show me. Make a star mark in the page. Show me. Good. Now what just happened is you created an identification. Yeah, keep it. You created an identification which is called as, hello, listen to this, which is called as the paper trigger. Okay, it's called as paper trigger. After 10 years also, probably you will look at that and you remember, okay, on Wednesday, there was this star made on the monthly meeting. And with this one page, all the things of your past memories of what all things has happened, you will all get this recalled in a fraction of a second. So did you understand why PNP methodology is very powerful? Hello? So tomorrow onwards, no, today onwards, implement this. Even if you have to book a railway ticket, or even if you have to go somewhere, you have to wash your dishes, or you need to fight with your spouse also, please write it down. Night, 9 o'clock, I'm going to fight with my spouse. Yes? Hello? Good? Plan this out, man. Jo likhoge nahi, kabhi nahi hoga. Yeah, see, Mohan sir is very happy now. He's like already ready. Okay. So far so good. Powerful. I'm giving you something very powerful, guys. I'm also telling you the reasons why it is there. Time is so short, but I've got a lot of things to finish it up. Okay. The next thing that I would like to give it to you. The third point. Priorities is bakwas. You cannot have priorities. You can have only priority a day, or probably priority of the moment. Okay. And this is something that we do it in anti-procrastination pill. Okay. So many of you guys already might know, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Many of us, we get up in the morning and at exactly 7 o'clock, we do something called as dumb mastery. And in dumb mastery, we share a small form in which you have name, email ID, phone number, whatever. And there are 4 questions. And in these questions, the first question is, find the toughest thing in your life that you want to solve today. And many of you guys write a to-do list. No, I have to do that, I have to do this. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not a to-do list. I'm talking about to finish list that day. Hello? It is not a list, it is a point. So you can have a problem. So let's assume today my problem was probably, making this entire video. Okay. Hello? Is it a big problem, big challenge? Right? So I wrote only one word is monthly meeting. The second thing is, when did I do it? So I put a number to it. I said, okay, 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock when I'm traveling, that's the time I'm going to do that. Okay, don't do this. Sit at one place, don't do what I'm doing. So I wrote it down that I will need these 2 hours to design this entire thing. So how many of you think that it needs a kind of a hard work for me to bring this kind of an information to you? Some hard work is required, right? So my hard work time is 2 hours. I'm going to do at 12 o'clock. I have not done it today. I have done it earlier also. So I'm ready with more than 1.5 years of monthly meetings already. I'm ready. So if you ask me tomorrow, boom, I'm going to go there. But another thing I would like to tell you, there is no second option other than being prepared and practiced. If you want to be confident, these are the only 2 things. I'm giving you something extra. Being prepared and practiced. There is no other third element to be confident. Now, coming back here. Okay, so you learned about intent of implementation, you learned about PNP methods, and I also learned about priority a day. So now what I did is, in the 2 hours also, I broke it down into multiple things. So now look at this. What did I broke it down to? So I broke it down into minute elements like this. Now you'll be able to see. Can you see, if I see all these things, it's a big elephant for me. It will be difficult for me. So I created a very, very small structure. Guys, if you want to know the software that I'm using, it is called as Workflowy. I'm going to give it to you. Okay, workflowy.com. It is a free software. You guys can use this the way you want. And I've given you in the chat for everyone. Okay. Good. So look at this. What I did is, in these 2 hours, I segregated all these things into small, small parts. Now each one became a task for me. Very, very powerful, right? So with that, let me go to the next point. Yeah. Thank you so much, Shrikant. All right. So let me go to, I think we just need 2 more minutes. All right. All right. So this is probably one of the second last slides. It's called as the 5-kilometer barrel milestone technique. Okay. So this is a small story before I go ahead. So there was a desert. This is a story which was taken from a movie. And in this desert, okay, so there are milestones by barrels. You understand barrels, empty barrels, okay? So the milestone is kept only 5. This is a 25-kilometer stretch, and at every barrel there is a glass of water or probably a bottle of water. And so the story goes like this: there is one gentleman. He comes and he asks for the guidance because he got lost, and he creates this entire technique. He says, if you want to move, don't look at the entire stretch of the desert. It will be very fearful. You will be scared. So what you see, the next barrel. So your target is not the destination. The target is the next barrel. Many times the target becomes so big. So remember my one word: how to eat an elephant? Piece by piece. Getting me? So this barrel technique is very simple: is make a very, very short milestones that you can eat. Don't create it so big that you can't eat. So if you are creating a to-do list, if you have got more than 7 points, please delete. You don't have a clarity. If it is more than 7 points, please delete. I'm giving you only those things, guys, that is important for you to take. Okay. If the points are more than 12, you are gone. You are not taking one problem. There is a hell lot of problem. So make sure that your systems that you do, your design is all about these things. Okay. Now the last one is the fame. This is probably the last slide. No, second last slide. Okay. It's called fame. So what is the biggest power? Remember, number one, you need to figure out the framework. What do I do? How do I do? What do I take? What are my resources? Whom I should contact? This is a framework model. Then you go into the automation part of it. Now you know what has been happening. You got a standardized structure. Now you need to automate this. But while automation also, you need to constantly look at the entire things, how it is working. Now, what I'm talking about fame is in your day-to-day life also, there are certain things which can be put into a ritual. That means everyday practice. And that is called automations. Okay. For example, buying groceries. If you know that every Monday you need 2 kgs of potato, then buy 2 kgs of potato and automation. Na? If you know you have to give some money on 15th of every month for your telephone or charges or phone charges, then keep that money separate, right? Hello, are you guys getting this? So you don't have to take that headache. And this can be automated also. For example, some of the things that I automate are, for example, the bills, Airtel bills or whatever bills, put it on a structure that will automatically. So you don't have to take that headache. Your things are never going to be taken into a different path. Now the third thing that is very powerful is called as mentor. You need a mentor for everything. Yeah. So whether you are smiling, laughing, talking, closing, anything, so you need one person where you can surrender to. That person might be dead or alive, I don't know, but we'll tell you about the best mentor of the world, and that's why we have the God of the day today. So mentor word, please hold on, because I have a huge explanation of how you can have this. And the last one is executional excellence. Anything in your life, whatever right now you have, is not because just you have taken a decision, but you have taken an action to that decision. Yes or no? Right? But it is also about how you are feeling is all directly proportional to the excellence part of it, to what amazing amount of efficiency or performance that particular action has been taken in. So your quality of life is directly proportional to not only your decision, but about the quality of executional excellence. So this is one of the fifth points. And the last point is called as the 4C. This is the last point, guys. Okay. Constant compilations, consistent campaign, creative composition, and constructive course corrections. These are the 4 layers of what? So I told you, no, the 6 things that you need to do, not only to be wealthy, but to stay wealthy as well. Number 1, constant compilations. You cannot have new innovative ideas. Innovative ideas is bullshit. You can have only compilations. Everything is already existing. Apple fell before even Newton was born. Yes or no? The only thing is, how can you have constant compilations? The second one is consistent campaign. And consistent campaign is all about, how are you able to communicate with people? How are you able to share with these information to others? How many meetings do you do? How many messages do you send? These are all the consistent campaigns of how are you being seen, searched? How are you being found? Can I find you? Next one, third one is called as creative composition. Okay. It is all about being creative, being smart. If other people are doing the hard work, find out the smart work. What is the smart work? How can you delegate? How can you automate? And how can you outsource? And how can you replace yourself with somebody who is much more worthier than you with the structures I'm talking about? And the last one, constructive course correction. Even if it is the best plan, make sure that you do a revision. QC, we do call it as quality control, right? So with that, probably I think the time is up. I think I've taken 5 minutes extra, and this is the time for me to introduce somebody. Okay, just a second. Hold on. Just a second. Shrikant, would you please invite Prabhuji here on the main screen? Just 1 second. All right, 1 second. Let me make here a co-host and let me spotlight him also. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for an amazing personality. And I am so happy and so grateful that he has accepted this invite. And I'm so privileged that we have somebody who can throw some light on those things which had been a kind of a curiosity, probably a translucent things. So I think that's where we have got somebody who can enlighten us. So ladies and gentlemen, please type on the chat bar, okay? Say namaste to him first of all, okay? He is none other than Mr. Sugri. Okay, so we have a different thing. So he is also hailing from the ISKCON, and he has been practicing a lot of things. I think information, so I've already sent it to you. Okay, just a second. Okay, and I'll just send it to you guys. 1 second. Okay, just a second, guys. So, Shrikant, can you just send me this thing? Sir, can you unmute? Prabhu, can you unmute? Hello?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, but it is little feeble. Okay.
No.
So she can just send me this thing, the introduction, please. Yeah, thank you. So guys, we have already sent you, the introduction here. So I don't want to read it out, guys, just to understand that, I don't want to take so much time here. Prabhuji, the stage is all yours, and take my entire humble invitation. That is very grateful for you. So over to you, and I'll go mute. Thank you.
First and foremost, thank you very much for the opportunity given, and I humbly accepted the offer. And
Prabhuji, your sound is little feeble. Can you be a bit louder?
can you hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you now.
Okay. I said thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to come and share my views to you.
I'm so sorry, Prabhuji. Your sound is still very feeble. Can you probably do something about it? You have to come closer, please. Something.
Maybe a little closer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it clear?
Okay. So, guys, can you just type in the chat bar if you are able to, hear him loud and clear? Just type in the chat bar.
I will just share a
Clear. Okay. Awesome. Nice. Thank you. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Okay. Are you able to see the screen? Okay, great. Srikant saying he can see the screen. The next 30 minutes, what I'll do is I'll try to share a little insight, what I know from the perspective of leadership, what it means, why is one of the most sought after topics in the corporate research and colleges. Now, Mr. Amit gave me a tough topic, that understanding leadership perspective of Bhagavad Gita. Now, Bhagavad Gita is not something easily understood. though many authors and acharyas have tried to simplify it, unless and until you read it as a student, sincerely listening to your teacher, only then you understand it. So here, what I'm trying to do is, I'm going to give you a balance it with both corporate and the scriptures. So I'm here bringing out, saying that understanding positive leadership via Bhagavad Gita. Now, first and foremost is to context. What does Bhagavad Gita need to do with positive leadership? When I say positive leadership, it's all about positive psychology. How we develop, demonstrate our behavior, and how we perform in a day-to-day job. So this entire program I dedicate to the acharyas who have helped thousands of people to understand Bhagavad Gita and its essence across the globe. Now, what is positive leadership? Positive leadership is a new concept. Last 25 years, people have been researching via the role of positive psychology on helping leaders to be more effective. So that's why I put the term helping leaders excel under pressure. Now, if you say excel under pressure, you relate to Bhagavad Gita. There is so much of pressure on Arjuna, the expert archer, to perform his duty, and is in a dilemma. That's why I use a psychological word called cognitive dissonance theory, whether it's right or wrong to fight. And every leader goes through this dilemma. What I'm doing is right or wrong. Now, to get a glimpse of Bhagavad Gita, I would like you to look at the slide. I've given 3-4 names, but I would like to talk about the last 2 names. Dr. Stephen Covey, the author of self-help group, who acknowledged in the business school workshop that all the 7 habits that he recorded in the book and explained were taken from Bhagavad Gita. And he put a note saying that, unfortunately, Indians do not read Bhagavad Gita. That is why his book was sold 2 million copies in India, whereas selling one single Bhagavad Gita is a great challenge. And 2, another contemporary management theory, management guru and thinker called Peter Singh. Most of the MBA students in their organization behavior, they would have studied something called learning organization and change management. Peter Singh came out with one of the finest hot-selling books called Fifth Discipline. And the 5th discipline itself relates to Bhagavad Gita Sloka 3.27, where he says as system thinking. Now, why these people are looking at Bhagavad Gita as inspiration? What is that? Now, first and foremost, let me tell you, Bhagavad Gita is not a religious textbook. It has nothing to do with religion. Bhagavad Gita is a way of life. It's a way of behavior. It's a way of acting, actions and inactions, how we develop. So anybody looks at Bhagavad Gita, look from a perspective of what is that I'm going to learn, rather than saying it's a religious textbook. Never. None of the acharyas, philosophers, or scientists looked at Bhagavad Gita as a religious book. Now, 2, what is positive leadership? Now, if you look at the term positive leadership, now leadership is positive, then why positivity? Now, what does the term positive has to do with human behavior? Kim Cameron, who's part of the Michigan University, exclusively has done a lot of work. And in the last 2-3 years, I've also done a little work on positive leadership. And there is on public domain my papers on positive leadership and its effect, especially with terms to the IT industry. Now, why do we require leadership? Leadership helps us to flourish. It needs, if I have to unleash my potential, I need somebody who can guide me and bring the best out of it. At the same time, the person needs to understand my strengths and competencies so that he can utilize it. 1. 2, share his positive perspectives at every situation, look it as challenges rather than obstacles. 3rd, how do I get appreciation and recognition? Because human mind always looks for 2 factors. Am I appreciated for the work I do? Am I acknowledged for the contribution I do? And Kim Cameron very beautifully writes in his book saying that mankind needs to be appreciated at every level and acknowledged for the contribution if you need to get the best out of them. In an IT organization in US, Arakwa and Greenberg did a study in 1987, and they say a simple appreciation of thank you, good job done, has increased the productivity by 37%. Amazing. Now let's look at what Bhagavad Gita has to tell about leadership. Bhagavad Gita says one must understand himself first to be a leader. Now this is a typical question we ask everybody. Do you know yourself? Management people will know something called Johari window, where in one box I do not know about myself, that's my dark spot. Most of the people say, I'm transparent as my book. You can read, come into my life, read and go. But to what aspect is it true? So in Bhagavad Gita, it talks about self. When we say, it talks about nature. Do I understand nature? The things around me, both the renewable and non-renewable energy, the animals. What do I learn from the animal kingdom? What do I learn from the nature kingdom, etc.? 2, do I understand the supreme personality? That means who's behind all this? Now, if you look at Albert Einstein gives a quote in one of his research papers. He says most of his theories are linked to Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita is an inspiration for him to work on his theories, what is called scientific theories. 1. 2, from an individual perspective, what is that I should know about myself? My physical. I should know what my physical things are, my characteristics, my behavior, my habits, etc. Then psychological state. What does my psychological state demand? And more importantly, understanding self is not physical and psychological. It goes beyond, that is deeper into consciousness. Some of these psychologists say, unless and until you understand deeper consciousness, that means relate to images, pictures, etc., till then you will not be able to understand what you think. For other people, it will not be able to understand who you are. Now, a simple question I would like to ask. How many of you can answer, who am I? What is my purpose on this earth? Why do I act the way I do? What are the reasons for it? Now, this is something which anybody needs to ponder. Now, coming back to contemporary leadership. The leadership roots, if you look back, it goes to various civilizations, from Indian civilization to Egyptian civilization and Greek civilization. And we have various philosophers like Chanakya, Plato, Socrates, Aristotle have spoken in depth and length about leadership. However, the contemporary theory of leadership began in 1930. We're back in the Ohio and Michigan University, where people really thought, what is leadership? When so much is spoken and talked about. But where does this leadership began? To understand where the leadership began, you need to go back to the Treta Yuga, where Maharishi Valmiki defines leadership, its characteristics, during the conversation with sage Narada at the beginning of Valmiki Ramayana. Now, How do you know that I'm talking the truth? This fact is being resonated with the theory of multi-intelligence, 1983, by Howard Garden, a Harvard psychologist. In his literature, which is on public domain, he relates to Valmiki Ramayana and says leadership characteristics are defined. That means leadership is not a contemporary theory from 1930. It's been spoken 10,000 years ago. Treta Yuga is more than 10,000 years ago. Now, let's look at what positive leadership talks about. There are three factors. I will correlate with Bhagavad Gita, all this what I'm talking about. Positive leadership talks about positive deviance. What is deviance? Anything you wish to do which is different from others. Either it could be negative or positive. So we take the positive deviance. For example, a mother feeding a child even during the time of diarrhea. Definitely a child can't take it. Everything is going out, but still how do I feed it regularly so that she doesn't go dehydrated? Now, this factor of positive deviance leads to affirmative orientation. That is, I am always positive in my approach. I know tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow never dies. And nobody is seen tomorrow. So that means affirmation orientation. I know that tomorrow, at any cost, I will wake up and go to my office. I am affirmative. And the third aspect is the affirmative orientation leads to virtuousness. What is virtuousness? Virtuous behavior influences people. Now, if you look at the other side of the screen, you have positive leadership, which thrives workplace and provides big breakthrough performance, which various research articles have demonstrated. Now, look at this slide. There is something called negative deviance, there is something called neutral, and there is something called positive deviance. I would like to ask anybody a question, so free to answer, and I would appreciate if you, rather than having a monologue, you share your view at the same time, where we can talk and elaborate. Now, what is the opposite of healthy? In the screen, you have negative deviance, you have neutral, and you have a positive deviance. Where will you put your healthy sign? When I say healthy, what comes to your mind as negative? Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Very good. So if healthy is positive, then what is neutral? Now, typically look at the profit sheet. I have negative deviance, that is -0. As a businessman, my job is to drive my business not towards profit, but towards the neutral of 0. Bring from minus to make a loss. I need not make a profit, but I need to stand. That is neutral. So what is positive or healthy? Or I put it the other way. What is if illness is opposite, negative, so what is positive? Because everyone says healthy.
Wellness.
So who's better? Now, among audience, you ask anybody, everyone will say I'm healthy. So who is more healthier? How do you define it? So here, some of the psychologists, particularly in Cameroon, when he worked in the American Defense Academy, he says the positive deviance of illness, the neutral is healthy. Healthy is neutral. Though I have diabetes, though I am obese, I say I am healthy. I can't run a 10 kilometer marathon, or I cannot walk 1 kilometer, but then how do I say I'm healthy? When I walk 1 floor on the stairs, I start panting. Then where is my healthy? So here we talk about vitality. The opposite of illness is vitality and not healthy. Similarly, another management term which we frequently use, ineffective. All of you would have heard this word, ineffective and effective. So if ineffective is negative, effective cannot be positive. So what is positive? The positive is excellent. Now, similarly, since we are talking about Bhagavad Gita, I bring in another term called ethical. What is positive of ethical and negative of ethical? Negative of ethical can always be unethical. But what is positive of ethical? Benevolent. Now, leadership is all about looking beyond the neutral. If I want to get the best performance of my team, I need to give that inject something called X factor. That X factor is known as positive deviance. Now, if you look at this slide, the difference between negative and neutral is a deficit gap. The problem which I need to solve to reach my destination. Whereas from the neutral to the positive is something called abundance gap. It's available in plenty, but I do not know how to reap it. Like, for example, any insurance guy, he will never say the market is saturated in India, because with 130 million people, how many have got their insurance? So that means I need to look at the abundance gap which is available and who are the people who have not got insurance. So average effectiveness to excellence is all about abundance gap. Now look at what I want to tell you, the most critical part. Leadership is not about title. Leadership is not about position. Whenever an individual focuses on abundance gap, it leads to something called heliotropic effect. Heliotropic effect is nothing but infectious. If you keep a plant in your house, automatically it tilts towards the sunlight, wherever the sunlight is. So the attraction of positiveness is known as heliotropic effect. Now, Krishna, as a charioteer, is a charioteer who's driving a chariot. That means an inferior person to the person who's sitting in the chariot. Now, the charioteer is a title. Now, what is the role of a charioteer? He needs to drive, guide somebody to reach the destination. That means leadership is all about commitment to service. How do I get 100% committed to the service? 2, how do I excel in my job? What are the parameters I need to look at? 3, what are the virtuous character, the behavior I need to develop to excel? Now, these are some of the important aspects that we need to do. Now, these commitment to service, how do I excel? The virtuous character of behavior helps me to motivate, that is self-motivate, or if I'm a leader, I'm able to identify and help the person. Look at these 2 factors. It motivates or inspires to pursue the objectives. So it's all about how do you perceive your objectives. Now let's look at one of the aspects. Now, most of the time, everything revolves around Bhagavad Gita. What I would suggest is, since all of you are able to see this slide, I would like to request someone to read out the verse, what is there on the screen. So it helps you. No problem if you what do you say, do not understand the meaning. Even I don't do. I don't understand it many times. The question is, what happens if I don't pronounce well? Even I don't pronounce well. It's okay. But we are taking effort towards the positive side. So anybody would like to read it out?
Yeah, I'm reading.
Please.
Yeah. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrata duskrite tasmat yogaya yuja yasva yoga karmasu kausalam.
Now, the translation is, whenever somebody is engaged in devotional service, it gets rid of both bad reactions, even in his life. They strive for yoga, which is the art of all work. Where when we say yoga, you are referring not to the physical yoga, but all types of yoga. Now, 1. 2. Now, why? I'm going a little backward. What is the need when we all knew the reason why Bhagavad Gita was spoken? Okay, so what is great about it? Now, why did this act came into picture? Let's look at 3 factors. What is leadership now? I will hold this here again. Go back. This is how we do, so that we understand both contemporary and we say relate how our scriptures are talking what is relevant today. Leadership is all about generating voluntary commitment. That means the leader should be able to make others perform voluntarily. Just go back to history. 7th century BC, where the Bhakti movement started in South India and moved across. Every acharyas had thousands of devotees who were voluntarily committed for the cause of the nation and society. Today, even though we pay salaries, we are not getting that commitment from our own employees. That means, how does a leader generate voluntary commitment? 2, leadership is not about the individual, that is me as a person, as a leader. It's about the relationship between 2 people or 3 people. Leadership is about relationship, that is leader, follower, context. I'm using these 3 words: leader, follower, context. So everything plays a very, very important role. Now, when these 2 factors comes in, the 3rd factor is today's leaders have to associate with positive psychology. 1, how do we look at things in a positive way, having an heliotropic effect? 2, positive change. How do I look at change? What I learned today, how do I apply it tomorrow? And look at 3 positive deviance. Now, these 3 aspects comes together as positive leadership. Now, discipline. We all have heard about discipline from our childhood. So the question is, why discipline? So, why do we require discipline? The practice of training people, even a dog, a lion in a circus, needs to be disciplined for them. So, human beings, if we have to follow the norms of the society and certain ethical behavior suggested by the society, then we need to be trained. Cultural differences, where in the international scenario, while recruiting people, we very much look at the ethical behavior based on regiocentric, regional centric, etc., to understand the cultural background when employing somebody. Now, the Bhagavad Gita talks about 5 important factors: value, morality, character, ethics, and principles. Now, this is not new. Any moral science will tell you this. Now, what is the role of these in a leader? These factors reflect on one's behavior. Actually, these factors, when practiced, reflects on your behavior. And this behavior makes one professional. Now we say, please demonstrate professional behavior in the office. Now, what is that professional behavior? the values which you bring in. And this helps you to demonstrate the professional behavior. Now, I've given three things: growth, progress, and success. When you're disciplined, you can see growth. Now, what is growth? Multiplication. I have 100 rupees, I make 200 rupees. That's growth. And it cannot be called success. Now, when I add ethics to my growth, I progress. And when I add another factor, value, gratitude, humility, it leads me to success. So this is about the discipline, why we require, why people are punished, etc. Now, again, coming back, what are the fundamentals of leadership in Bhagavad Gita? When I did a lot of work on this, and with little time available, I was able to identify a few. Not there could be many things, but I would like to touch upon these aspects. One is discipline of learning. Now we look into each one little by little. What is discipline of learning? 2, discipline of speech or leading by example. 3, discipline of equanimity or mutual dependence. Why these things are required, as I say, fundamentals of any leadership. Now, why does Krishna, during his discourse, talk about these 3 factors? He talks about many factors, but these are the 3 important factors that is touched upon. Now, if anybody who studied Bhagavad Gita, looked into, even read the contemporaries of other people, who were any foreign authors, it's all about 3 things. Krishna talks about sambandha, relationship. Relationship is a key for any business. 2, abhidaya. Through relationship, how do I define the fundamental duties towards devotional service? Here Krishna talks about devotional service. When I say devotional service, that is your action, what you're going to perform. 3, he says prayogana. That means the duties, fundamental duties, will always lead you to your desired success. Now, just again, I'm going back to the scientific world and the management term. Frederick Taylor, the name will be registering for students who have done their MBA, studied MBA in the management principles of organization behavior, organization design, etc. Frederick Taylor was the first person who said management has to be via principles and scientific. Time and motion. How do I set targets? How do I create an appraisal? How do I make salaries? Scientific ways. So he defined who's a worker and what work needs to be done. Work and a worker. The second person is Peter Drucker, the management guru and philosopher. Now he defined what is knowledge and who's a knowledge worker. Now Bhagavad Gita speaks about all these things during the entire course of 700 slokas. Krishna keeps talking about these things. Now, Charyatar cajoles Arjuna successfully to fight the battle. Now, during this process, he gives a discourse to talk about discipline. Now, let's look at the next one. Discipline of learning. Would anyone like to read?
सर्वभूतेषु अनैकं भवम् अय्यायाम् कस्ते विभक्तं विभक्तेषु तद् ज्ञानात् विद्धि सात्विकम्.
Now, this is something very, very interesting. Peter Shinge, the author and the contemporary management thinker and guru, in his wonderful book called Fifth Discipline, talks about personal mastery. That is discipline of learning. In personal mastery, he says continuously, that is, he refers this book to the learning organization. He says continuous clarification and asking questions to understand one's personal vision. If I have to know where I need to go, I need to constantly ask myself certain questions and seek clarification from seniors or mentors to understand what my role and goal is. Now, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks to Arjuna. You see, the first 6 chapters or up till the 12th chapter, Krishna is only clarifying the doubts which Arjuna is constantly asking. Now, the entire discourse is a question-answer session. The Bhagavad Gita is mostly a question-answer session. A student asking a question and the teacher answering the questions. Now, again comes, so what is discipline of learning? Okay, we know discipline, we know it's a 2 separate terms. Then what do you mean discipline? Continuously learning to perform a particular task makes me competent. When I'm competent, it becomes my competency or capability. When I'm capable to perform a job, I become a specialist. Now, Krishna talks from Bhagavad Gita perspective. It says learning from nature. Learn with compassion and humanity. Now, the same thing, if you look at the 10 commandments gives you. The Bible's 10 commandments also gives you some of the learning. It's a beautiful thing. Now, just think, if everyone a leader, whether you like it or not, what happens? Individual action affect people at home and organization. If that is affecting, that means you are influencing, either positive or negative. That means there is an influence of you. So what does it require? When my influence is negative, that means I am not performing what is expected from me. So that means, how do I understand whether I am in the role of goodness? There are 3 modes: mode of passion, mode of goodness, right? And how do I know I'm in the goodness? Tamasic, Rajasic, and Sattvic. So it is said you always need to be Sattvic. Now, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, when say discipline of learning, he says, learn to eat your food. What you need to eat, how you need to eat, what time you need to eat. He gives you that. What food to be eaten. Today, your nutrition says that. He says, what time you need to wake up, what time you need to go to sleep, how you need to perform, what is that you need to perform. Steve Jobs gives a wonderful, everyone knew Steve Jobs was a tough manager or a leader. Everyone who worked in Apple would say it was difficult task. But everyone flourished under Steve Jobs. How? The reason is Steve Jobs used the application of positive leadership, that is strength-based approach. He knew exactly what the competency of his team members. He allocated the same work, what they're passionate about. When I'm passionate about a certain work, I perform. There are 3 aspects coming in: vigor, dedication, and absorption. That means my physical vigor, the energy level is very high when I perform that job. I enjoy doing that job because that is why I'm getting absorbed. And 3, I am dedicated because I get paid for the job. Now, Steve Jobs says knowledge of self and others enables one to derive work from the team and to achieve organization goals. Now,
Excuse me, Prabhuji, we have got 5 more minutes.
Question ourselves.
Yeah, Prabhuji, we have got 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. It's about who am I, my life, creating a vision for self, professional or personal. And when I know about myself, it helps me to make better decisions. Now, the second aspect is decision, discipline of speech. Now, where does the speech come in picture? When I speak positively, when I'm truthful, I do not hurt anyone, it creates a pleasant and positive work environment. It says, the Shastra says, one should not speak in such a way to agitate somebody's mind. When somebody's mind is agitated because of my speech, that means he will not be able to perform his duty. By seeing the Kauravas, they were the brothers, teachers, etc., Arjuna's mind was agitated. So all the Krishna spoke was more about positivity. Example, if you look at Krishna, Krishna demonstrated discipline of speech. Jarasandha, how many times he insulted, he still kept quiet. That means if I get agitated and react, the consequences will be different. Another aspect is leading by example. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the Calcutta region, he says, if a leader says something and practices something, his followers will never respect him. What in today's corporate circle we call walk the talk. My father tells me to wake up early in the morning and study. Excellent. But my father is one day at 7 o'clock. So where will the child have the energy and motivation to wake up at 7 o'clock? So the father is not leading by example, expecting his children to practice something different. It doesn't happen. The manager comes late always, but expects his team members to be on time. Never happens. Now, Krishna demonstrated saying, even though he was Lord, born in Vrindavan, that is biological birth, and lived here for so many years, he went to a school. He accepted a teacher. So he's demonstrating that however learned I am, I don't show. He accepted friends. He had social obligations. And he performed every religious duties, which as a son, as a friend, as a brother, a nephew, have to perform. So the next aspect is last two slides. Discipline of equanimity. For a leader, it's very important to show I don't treat anyone differently. I do not have a soft corner. He's a leader. Like similarly, in Bhagavad Gita, they say, in this verse, if you see, Krishna addresses Arjuna as Kunteya. And again, he addresses Bharata, where he gives equal emphasis to both his lineages, that the mother side and the father side. Similarly, there are various climates, hot and cold, rainy, autumn. Now, happiness, unpleasantness. So I need to take both in the stride and then say, okay, this is nature's equanimity. So how do I show my equanimity towards work in the organization? And the last is mutual dependence. What is mutual dependence? How do we coexist with nature? What are the issues? Peter Singer very beautifully here talks about team sharing in his book. The same is the work done. One important aspect is I have to trust my team. Research says only 3 out of 10 people trust their we must know that only then we will be able to exist. Now Krishna about leadership. Chapter. Forgive me. I am happy. This has happened only because of you. How do I demonstrate gratitude? Peter Singer about sharing and personal mastery. It's also about team learning. Now, in this process of aligning and developing capabilities of the team, create resilience for results for success. Now here, for Arjuna to win the battle, he cannot alone win the battle. He has to depend on his soldiers. He has to depend on the Maharathi. He has to depend on his advisors with trust. When you bring in trust as a factor here, you success. This is one of the stories. When we compare last slide, when we compare Bhagavad Gita and positive leadership. Now, Bhagavad Gita says leaders need to be aware of the self and surrounding. Positive leadership talks about enhanced personal mastery. They use a typical American word, personal mastery. Bhagavad Gita says character is core effective leadership. Kim Cameron says develop conscious behavior. Bhagavad Gita says leaders achieve lasting power and glory by exercising compassion and selfless service. Kim Cameron again says demonstrate strength-based leadership, positive perspective, and recognition to achieve the love. Bhagavad Gita says leaders should be resilient in their actions and should not be weakened when pain and pleasure, that is mutual dependence. Similarly, positive leadership says leaders should provide generate from the people, see the challenges of opportunities, providing a positive perspective. And finally, Bhagavad Gita says leaders should engage rather than avoid possible challenges, bring out the leader's greatest strength. Kim Cameron and other management leaders inspire a vision and a purpose. A leader should inspire and provide a vision to achieve the common goal. Now, I thank you all. This is a small presentation which I made. If anyone has any questions, you can ask me with a humble presence. I'll try to answer. If not, I'm not able to answer you. I will definitely write to Amit and share you the answers to the best possible knowledge.
Wow, that was great to learn from Prabhuji. If you have any questions, please type in the chat bar, and or else since we have a very crunch of time, or else you can send the message back. I'll just I'll send you the link once again for the happiness session. You can use this link also, where you can send your messages. I'm sending it to everyone, and the question would be sent to Prabhuji as well. So before we take the session forward, I would also like to just give you kind of a structure of Prabhuji. So his name is Sugriva Pranadasa, and we formally call him as Prabhuji. So he had been into corporate for 2 decades and had been into HRM, organization behavior, talent management, development. He has been into CII, Karnataka chapter for the HR panel, and many work that has for large, medium, and startup companies in IT, retail, services, manufacturing organizations, and many more. Definitely, I've seen. How many of you think that he has been a passionate researcher? This structure needed definitely a lot of hard work to design this presentation. Yes or no? Yeah, good, nice. And also, I would like to tell you that he has been a resource person for many training programs such as NDP, FDP, and he has been practicing Krishna consciousness from his childhood and had been an amazing person for helping the youth development programs. And he has completely volunteered a lot of such kind of insights for all of us. So today, I have something to tell you that he is not here just with this amazing knowledge, but he's also going to bless you with a small gift, but you have to take an action. Are you okay with that? Yeah. So how many would love to have all the all the notes that you have seen there and this amazing information. So give me a raise if you want to really read this out. Okay, good. How about if we give you the entire book? Yeah. So now you can type in the chat bar or you can give me your things. Okay. How many of you guys would love to have the entire book? And by the way, so this is the gift of all of you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a small link. The link, first understand this. The link looks like this. Okay. So this is for only for the people who are here. Okay. This is not tomorrow. This is not day after tomorrow. This is only for people who are giving it today. So I'm going to give you a link. In this link, you will find a small video about 3 minutes or something. I think the video is there where we'll talk about what is the stuff we have. And every year we have pledged that we are going to give such amazing, powerful leadership, ownership, which has been already taught thousands and thousands years back by our own Bhagavad Gita. So we'll share you all these things, guys. And here you are supposed to do add your name, your last name, your phone number, alternative phone number, email address, and make sure you give your postal address correctly. Okay. If you don't give your postal address, it comes back to us. Then bad luck. How many of you guys are excited now? By the way, we are giving it all these things. We from Fest, we from the Ants family, we are going to bear the charge for the Bhagavad Gita. Only thing you have to do is you need to pay whatever it is, the charges for the logistics might be 100 or 150 rupees. I am sure that should not be a problem for you guys. That is something that has to be borne by you. Are you guys okay with this? Then I can share with this. Okay. So last year also we did it. This is the Christmas gift to all of you guys. You can have a look at it. This link will also be there inside the entire. Achha, how many of you need this entire flow list? Entire flow list. Okay. So we're going to give you those things, and this list also be there. Prabhuji, I would like to request you to grace the session and talk about this initiative that we are talking about. And this is only possible. It is not only with Prabhuji, but also we have got people like Mukundan. Mukundan, where are you? Prabhuji, can you please call him? So he is also one of the person who is working behind this. Yeah, so Mukundan is here. Great. So let me also put him on spotlight. Yeah, so we have got all people on spotlight. 1 second. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put a round of applause for Mukundan also, because he has been somebody working at the back of it to design all these things, and he will be responsible for making this gift rich to your place, right? So give a big round of applause to him because he has been pioneer for me. I think I know Mukundan. I don't know how many decades now. I don't know Mukundan. So a great devotee, a great brother, and an amazing person to work with. So thank you so much, Mukundan, for having us here. And let me also thank Prabhuji here. Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful words. We would like to have your presence many a times with us. And we are taking a kind of a very small initiative with these 5 principles that we have taken in Fest. You have to be morally correct, ethically correct, financially correct, legally correct, and spiritually correct. And now today you have showed me the way of making spirituality correct. So ladies and gentlemen, put a big round of applause on the chat. Okay. You know, this Zoom chat should break. I want you guys to help me out in that. Right. Thank you so much. And please be with us. We are going to be there for another some time. We have got a lot of things coming up. And that was Prabhuji. So please give a big round of applause to him and Mukundan as well. Thank you so much. The Bhagavad Gita is going to reach to you before Christmas, and you are supposed to put your details out there. Whatever is the transaction charges and all, we'll let you know once we have filled it up, only for those people. This event is here and the gifts are all going to be coming. So now tell me, is it a true Christmas for you guys? Hello? Okay. Picture abhi khatam nahi hua. There are a lot of things going to happen. So since we have taken some time for learning about all these things, so let me go back to the flow chart here. Okay, let me go to the next part of this.
Can I just?
Yeah, sure.
I need. I would appreciate a sincere feedback from you all because I always believe I need to improve, and your feedback will make that happen. It is not that everybody, whatever I said, made an impact, but then there would also be an expectation from you what wanted to listen And did I touch those points? If I'm not touched, please feel free to reach out to Mr. Amit and he will give me the feedback. And maybe next time when I come down, I may be more prepared and able to address all your points.
Sure, sir. Definitely, sir. It is a blessing in disguise to have you here. And I think you don't need a feedback. I think you need something else to do for us. Is you need to bless us.
No, I definitely pray.
Great. So we have some more things to come up here. So we would like to proceed with the proceedings of this meeting, sir. And if you are here, it will be a great opportunity for us to also showcase some of the things that we have done. So we would request all the guests to be with us. There are a lot of things that are happening here. So thank you so much. So let me just preside over with the other part of our topics. 1 second. Yeah. Just a second. Yeah. So so after this we have 3 case studies. We have quickly. Okay, we're going to take only 2 or 3 minutes. So I would like to invite on stage, guys. These are people who had been invited based on their commitment, dedication, and things. So the first person that we are going to invite today. So this is the case study of us. So we're going to invite Stephen, then we're going to invite Satyanand, and then we're going to invite Aniket. Give a big round of applause for all of them because of the kind of things that they have done. We're going to talk about that very shortly. So where are you, Stephen? Can you unmute?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Let me put you on spotlight. All right. So give a big round of applause for Stephen to be here. Stephen, we're going to be doing a little bit faster here. So instead of the entire 10 minutes, we're going to do it in 3 minutes. So starting with the first question, how do you feel about when you joined and where are you now? What's happening? Quick.
I feel great, to be honest. I had a lot of questions in the beginning, but I think my confidence has grown in what I can do and also what this program will provide. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. We just missed the last sentence.
Should I keep going?
Yeah, go ahead.
My confidence has grown. I think my vibration has, I feel, is very much gone to a higher level week by week. It was really an amazing experience to just see it just go up, which I loved. I'm a lot more friendly with people than I used to be. I'm a lot more open and talkative than I used to be. So, and I think if you leave me alone to talk like that, I can take up the rest of our time talking about some of these changes. But confidence. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, just wanted to continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely more confidence, interpersonal skills, really looking at people for how they feel, listening for how they're feeling the pain, and really having some empathy to want to help them, instead of just looking at what I want. A lot has shifted.
So anything would you like to share to the people who are new here? What would be your advice?
I think my advice would be just blindly go for it. You have no idea who you're going to be at the end of it. You have no idea. You're going to be a different person at the end of it. And your friends and family are going to be like, you're the same, but you're different. Like, honestly, they're going to say that. You're the same. How come you're different? Because that's what's happening. We're transforming into different people.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Stephen. So stay with us. We're going to bring in Stephen in some time. Okay, let's move on to the next person, Satyanand. We are actually doing it a kind of a rapid fire session because of the time constraint. Satyanand sir, you can tell me about your journey so far. How is it? And how is it impacting your business? What kind of business growth? People want to know the numbers. People want to see the hires out of it. Let's talk about the numbers with you and how is it going for you? Go ahead.
Namaste, Elrigo. Thank you, Dada, giving the opportunity to sharing this experience of Fest. I observed that a lot of changes in my day-to-day living style and multidimensional and holistic growth in my life from last couple of 2 months. And getting a very valuable customer and getting a value out of my work, and feeling and energetic in all the times, and getting a very precious and accurate and time to time punctuality work nowadays I am getting. Thank
Awesome.
you. Okay,
Let's talk about numbers. Like, you had a huge project. By the way, Satyanand sir is also an amazing a civil engineer. He had initiated a lot of things. Some of the initiatives are helping empowering women and creating those kind of elements by which there are natural based kind of resources, organic resources are put into business model, which is a crore plus model, I'm sure. So Satyanand sir, would you like to share throw some lights on that, please?
Okay. Thank you, sir. And actually, I'm a civil engineer, and I'm running a consultancy from last 25 years. Being I'm very interested in spreading a traditional and Indian culture to society, and from last 8 years, I'm getting a lot of things from farmers and all the things in society. Now I get to perfect and making that vision to go how to proceed that systematically to get it all the
Right.
what I think.
How do you think FEST is actually helping you for all this?
Lot of that helping to me. That is very guided and systematic way to improvement this to really help lot of things.
So in terms of finance, would you like to share, like, what is the kind of financial growth that has happened with you in the last 2 months?
For the last 2 months, that is my working style and precision, getting a 30 to 40 times that growing in my whatever previous.
Wow. So did I hear it right? 30 to 40 times.
What is sir? What is that?
Guys, I think this deserves a clap. This deserves a clap, man. 30 to 40 times growth in the last 2 months itself. My God. Okay. And what is the kind of the total valuation of your project and the things that you're doing with FEST?
I am getting that 2-3 project, bigger project, and that we are going to organizing that tour.
What's the ticket size of these projects?
About that project is about 300 crores and 500 crores. That project we are going to tackling.
Awesome, nice. So 300 to 500 crores, and this is happening in the last 1 month or 2 months?
2 months, sir.
Okay. So do you think, guys, this is a kind of a good growth? Okay. I don't want you to tell me. Just type it in the chat bar or show your responses on throwing the emojis. And this is a gentleman from Tumkur. He has been there with us from probably, I think, 2 months. He's still there. He's going to go ahead. And it is all because of a dedication. And I'm just taking 1 more minute more. Probably Satyanand sir, would you like to tell me, like, how are you changing your lifestyle every day when you started sharing your videos and all? Just share me something about your family, your kid, and how Gurukul system is something that you are adopting right now. Go ahead.
Actually, my son is studying in that Gurukula. That is whatever that you are told, it is explaining that our Bhagavad Gita style is all that realizing that all the technologies are basic of the things is basic of the foundation of our tradition. And I am very proud to my son to being there. I'm realizing that nowadays, after getting the interest, links that reality out of this.
Wow. So now I think we have a father and a son and a wife, all 3 entrepreneurs under the same roof. Am I right, Satyanand sir?
Exactly, sir.
Awesome. Nice. So give a big round of applause. Again, I'm telling you, this is just a start. It is just 2 months. I don't know what's going to happen the next 6 months when you are creating like more than 1,000 crores. Am I right? So 1,000 crores, and how many people can be helped? How many people can be employed? And now you don't have to look into private sectors. You can look into sectors which are homegrown, organic, from the soil, and people like Satyanand and people like his son and his wife are able to do that and creating such an amazing impact. At least 0.001% also GDP impact if it is happening. I think Prabhuji, are you listening? This is what we are talking about, the impacts. Thank you so much. Great. So Satyanand sir, we will talk to you later. So let me invite somebody else also. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So last but not the least, let me bring in somebody who is a very youngster here. And let me bring in Aniket. Aniket, good to see you better in a good health than the first day when I saw you. You were suffering from a lot of other things. How do you feel now? How many months has happened? What's your story? Go ahead.
It's been just 1 month. I've been in the system right now, and still learning, still exploring the things and applying it on myself and people. On my business, on everything I do, applying all the principles and the techniques I'm learning over here. So it's been a journey of from confusion to clarity. Whatever things I used to mess up, whatever things my life is to being mess up. So now the clarity has been given. I have that kind of clarity. What steps went wrong, where I need to improve, and what the things need to be done. So, so I would suggest like I have gone through a quote like people fail but system works. So this is a kind of system like wherein if you follow this system, whatever structures are given over here, whatever frameworks are given over here, so there is no chance of failing out. There is only chance of failing out if you are not following the system in the first place. So this is the power of the system, I guess. So this is my learning so far.
So Aniket, what is your biggest achievement in this last 1 month? Not even 30 days. Go ahead.
So my biggest achievement is my personal growth. I've been able to change myself a lot, my mental state, my way of thinking to and looking towards things and implementing things, my interaction towards people, my employees, my family members, everything. I have a different perspective now to look towards people. I can understand them better in a better way, why they behave in a certain way and how they react and why they react in that way. Uh, how to not kind of a manipulate, but how to use these things to get the results, required result that we need to from that conversation, maybe from that interaction, maybe, and get that things what we want in a proper way, in a right way.
Great. So Aniket, tell me one thing. So now you have all the tools and weapons and system, process, framework. What should be the business size for you now? What is the number? What do you think should be the numbers for you? Now you've got all the things. So how much confident you are and what kind of numbers that you're looking to close in the next 6 months?
In next 6 months, I'm that much sure. I'm planning how to achieve these numbers, but I have plans for myself. So in next 6 months, around 50 lakhs, I'm planning around 50 lakhs to get in for my own self.
Awesome. And how confident are you in a scale of 1 to 5?
5 out of 5. I'm that much confident I will do it. Yeah.
Amazing. So how was it before 1 month back?
1 month back, it was like very much devastating for me. I was going through lots of turmoil in my personal life also. So I needed that clarity. I needed that ray of hope where I can find the way and to recollect myself again, once again, to go on the path. So this is the way. I think this is the system which I can follow, and I can move ahead in my life without
Awesome.
any distraction right now.
Awesome. Give a big round of applause to Aniket, and he has been doing a lot of things at the back end of it. So all the good health, good prosperity to you, brother. And I'll see you with that 50 lakhs check. That's it. All right, good. So with that, we are at a place where now it's the fun time. So how many of you guys are ready? So first of all, give a big round of applause to Steven, Satyanand, and Aniket put all together. Okay, let me just bring all of them here. So it is a great privilege to have, but by the way, guys, the time was short. It is not only 3. There are many people who have been, the achievers of this month. So I strongly believe that you should all always understand, achievers are somebody who has served. So now it is your turn. So always be happy, always be thankful, show your gratitude. And I think that's the way to succeed. All right. So with that, let's move on. And now it's going to be a little bit of a fun time. And good. Poof. Okay. Let's go to something. Okay. Let's okay. Do your hands like this because your hands going to be needing some spend. Okay. Good. Put your hands on the typewriter. Okay. Or whatever the typing games are. How many would love to have a contest here? Okay. It's called as fastest finger first. And it is all depends upon how much clearly you have listened to the entire session so far. Cash prize. See, Dada is a cash guy, is a business guy. $500, 3 winners. You can be that one. Are you guys willing to do it? Hello? Ready? Yeah. Awesome. Nice. We're gonna have 3 winners, and the winners are based on only on typing and chatting. So let me just shut down the mute everyone here. The first question, your job is to answer. Okay, the fastest guy who answers gets a 500 rupees cash voucher today night in Google Pay. Okay, make sure that your number is correct and you have your data with us. And Shrikant will be connecting this data from you guys. And the first question, excited. Okay, first question, pure money, man. We're talking money. First question, name the book of the month. Easy question. Come on, grab it. Name the book of the month. Okay, I showed you the book. Show me the book of the month. Okay, who is the winner? Let me see. No, man. Okay, let me see. Okay, no, Sanjay, you just missed, man. You just missed. Okay, spelling mistake, but I will give it to you. Okay, this is called as the Harvard Business Review. Narayan K, you are the winner. Okay, where are you, Narayan? Give me a big round of applause. Okay, Narayan, you are the winner, brother. Where are you, Narayan? Good. So that's Narayan, and so you are the winner. You are the winner of the 500 rupees cash voucher. Just being, you were listening very good. So we were going to go a little deeper here. Okay, 2 more winners. Okay, good, happy, ready? Okay, 2 more winners. Next question. Now this is a little we'll go a little tuck. Okay, we'll go easy question. We have given 2 smart tools. Name the smart tool. That's it. We have given 2 smart tool. What is the smart tool of the day for the closers? Name anything. Okay, anyone. Okay, now Mohanji, you are ready. Okay, so Mohanji is the winner for the next one. Where is Mohanji? Mohanji, raise your hands. Okay, yeah, good. So Mohanji, congratulations. You are the smart winner for being so informed. Abhi thoda sa na final time, thoda sa tough, correct? Hello, are you guys okay? Little bit powerful. All right. So today we invited somebody, and no, I'm not asking his name. I know everyone know his name now. And he talked about something which is a little bit in deeper, and he spoke about something which is called as the attraction of positiveness, and he mentioned about an effect by which the plant moves towards the sun. What is that effect? Okay, no, little bit tough. Someone was getting that. Okay, yes, Young Home, you are the winner for the 3rd prize. It is very tough, guys. Heliotropism. Yes, Young Home, you are fantastic. Guys, did you understand the amount of attention is required to be a good closer? Everything is planned here. Hello. Okay, you miss out, you go in. So where is Young Home? Young Home, congratulations, buddy. You are the winner of the 3rd prize of 500 rupees. Oh man, powerful. So let's do one thing. So we have, like, how many of you guys are enjoying this? Okay, type in the chat. Come on, or else give your hands up. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's take a selfie out there. Okay, give your hands up. We'll take a selfie and we'll send inside things. Come on screen, everyone. Come on screen. Okay, everyone. Quick. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let me take a screen photo. Okay, guys, you guys can also take the screen photo and put it in the groups. Okay, done. Okay, 1 second. I think some people just joined up. Okay, good. Let me take a screen photo. Give a hand raise, everyone. Give a hand raise, everyone. Okay. Done. And please take the photo and send it inside the group, guys. Send it inside the group. I don't know whichever group it is. I'm just sending one photo. All right. Please send it, guys. Might be my picture is not good. I just send it in some groups. Okay. Poof, man, lot of power today. Okay. Picture abhi bhi khatam nahi hua hai. We are gonna go one more step ahead. Okay. So what we did is we are here. Okay. So we are here. We just spoke about Stephen, Satyanand, then Aniket. Now we did the first contest. And now let's do one thing. Okay. Let's also invite some of the guests who are here, who are who are watching us, who are willing to bless us. So let me see who are here. So let me just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. So I think some people have already done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you guys. Okay. Just type in your name if you are coming for the first time. Okay. We're going to invite you on stage. So people who are first timers, raise hands. First timers, raise hands. Okay. So Sanjay, you go first. Then we're going to bring in Deepak. And okay, one more person. New person. Hello. Okay, Ajay. So Sanjay, where are you, buddy? 1 second. Sanjay, can you unmute? Yeah. So Sanjay, you are okay. Go ahead. So Sanjay, how did you feel about this entire event? So let me take this. Yeah. Go ahead. You can unmute. Unmute. Sanjay, unmute. Sanjay, you need to unmute, buddy. Yeah. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I'm logging from.
Oops. Okay, something happened. So who is the next person? Deepak. Okay, so we'll bring him back. Go ahead, Deepak. Unmute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Hello, guys, can you hear me? I think Deepak is stuck. Okay, so Deepak, we'll have to bring you back. So you can just talk also. So we'll move on to the next person. You can just type in your name. We're going to bring you back. Next person, I think in the chat is Sarita, and then we can have Anil Kumar. Okay, so Sarita, where are you? Let me see, Sarita, where are you? Yeah, you can unmute and yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Ajay will bring you back. Unmute.
I'm trying to unmute. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dada, for inviting me here. I'm feeling very good because I'm feeling blessed actually to be part of this fest. Gradually, I'm improving my everyday personality, persona, and discipline. Still, I simply say that I had joined this only to learn exactly what is behind the fest. This is my curiosity which brings me here. But today I got to know that no, this is not curiosity. This is going to be my destiny. Because what I'm going to learn, that is going to be a milestone of my life.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Put a big round of applause for Sarita for being here so candid. And let me bring in Ajay. Where are you, Ajay? Ajay, raise your hands. Yeah. Okay. So let me spotlight Ajay. Ajay, go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening and namaste, Dada. Yeah, so one thing I realized in the last few days since I joined on 11th of this December, that I have been doing this yoga and many things, and many times, I got Dada's viewpoint, and I realized because my personality quite matches with yours in a sense, like, although I realized one thing that or yoga and it can put you in good alignment, but it cannot teach you skill. So once you have the skill, everything is useful to you. And so this is the big potential I see here. And I want to learn this, first of all, the art of closing. And I believe it's an art, it is not a skill. The moment the skill is lead to excellence, it becomes an art. So I really want to be an artistic for the closing part. That's my understanding. And this is the way, and today, especially about today's this one, I have read the Gita before also. It's not like that. But what kind of perspective today I got, I never get it before.
Wow.
That is an amazing thing for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so that was Ajay. Big round of applause to him. And let me bring in back those people who might be because of some internet issues could not talk. Let me bring in again Deepak. Deepak, are you there? Okay, I'm not able to find Deepak. And where is the other person? Okay. So Narayan wanted to talk. Narayan, I'm giving you a chance. Go ahead, buddy.
Great to be here.
Okay. Anything you want to share? I think he's one of the oldest person here. Okay, go ahead. Oldest in terms of fest.
Yes.
So how do you feel now? Meeting this entire family.
Amazing. मैं क्या बोलूं देख के.
Awesome. Thank you.
No words for me.
Awesome.
I'm so happy.
So that was Narayan. Okay. Thank you so much, Narayan. Okay. I have got one more slot. If anyone wants to share their views, okay, then we can go ahead a little faster. Okay. Who wants to go ahead? Just raise your hand or probably just okay. Okay. Sanjay, back. Can you unmute, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello. Sir, this was my first session for the fest. So basically talking about the fest, so it actually made me more aware whatever I was missing out. Means you're missing out, you're not, so like your speech, we are missing out a lot of things, we are not concentrating, and you know that. So the thinking has been aligned right now, okay, where you have to go. So that was the main thing what I've achieved from this session, that okay, maybe we're aware of it, but we are not aligning ourselves towards the goal. So this session will basically enlighten for, you know, focus on your goal, whatever you want to achieve. And that's it. But it was a nice session, you know, giving so much knowledge, what to do, what not to do, how to do, and that's it. So I'm looking forward for further like this session, sir. So great, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and let me do one thing. So that was Sanjay. Thank you so much, Sanjay. Nice talking to you. All right, so you can mute back. And now we are almost at the end of today's session. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you two things. Okay, so let me just go back to my thing. All right, so okay, we're going to talk about our creed. So I want you to just hear this and put it in your mind. And this is what, you know, is probably is our wish, that every FAST family member should take it off. So I'll just read it for you, and you can be mute. You can repeat after me in your mind. So what is FAST? So FAST is not just about finance, excellence, strategy, technocrat, but it is a way of life. It is beyond the business that you can think of. And it has last probably around 8 days. I am able to perceive myself from being a normal guy to be a double doctorate, to be a TEDx speaker, to be invited as. So guys, these are all happening today. Okay. And I think this is something which is crazy. In the last 8 days, you are able to see. How many of you are able to see? I'm showing you this is what is happening. Okay. Today also, we got certain awards and stuff, but it's not about awards. It's about being the result-driven guys. So let me read out the creed for you guys before we can go ahead and take a break. And we're going to give you some time to interact. Hold on. So let me read out the creed. Just listen to this. So I'm a detailed observer, salient interrogator, and a master closer. I'm an inspirational leader, and I am a relief provider to the prospect than a mediocre closer, as I help them to get closer to their dreams, hopes, desires, and aspiration for their better version. I'm a genuine and authentic human being, and I take pride to follow the other's 5 principles of being ethically correct, morally correct, legally correct, financially correct, and spiritually serving and being correct. My income is directly proportional to the quality of service I provide to my clients and my prospects, and I'm ready to outwork others, I'm ready to outsmart others, I'm ready to outspend others, and I am going to be the fashion for life. So thank you so much for allowing us to serve you from the bottom of my heart. I was always eager. We will be meeting in January, preferably on the 2nd or the 3rd Wednesday, and the guest of honor would be somebody. Okay, I don't want to promise you right now because we have got multiple people out there, and we'll be back with a lot of new techniques, new hacks, new wisdom of the wisdom words, and I'm also willing to share this entire information to these people who are inside Fest. So you will be getting all the meetings of the recordings inside the LMS, the learning management software that you already have. And guys, so those people who attended today, I have got something for you guys. And the thing is here, okay? The thing is here, the entire link of whatever you are able to see, I have given it to you. You can be seeing it. This is purely from here till the last. Everything is here. Only thing is I will add the YouTube once it is shared it out here. So you will get the video recording of this as well. And if you want to connect with us, you can click a link here. You can book a call with us only for the members who are here. And those people who want to connect on my social media and other places, there are a lot of value that we are trying to add in. We are looking at new people to share content and ideas and concepts with us. We invite them, please book a call with us. And as I said, we are purely looking at collaboration, joint ventures. We are open to learning. We are open to serve you. So before we take, plunge to the next level, I would like you guys to do one thing, okay? Don't rate me, don't rate the Zoom meeting, rate how much have you felt good about just being here for the last 3 hours in a scale of 1 to 5. 5 is amazing, awesome, excited, book powerful. 1 is okay, kind of. So I want all of you guys to rate your realizations, your participations, and how did you feel about it in a scale of 1 to 5. Okay, and if it is less, then what would have helped us so that we can come to your expectations. These are areas where a lot of people are from the older sessions are there. A lot of people are coming new for the first time. So we made a kind of a combination for all the powers and all the privilege to it. Every month you will be getting all these things, okay? The book of the month, the video of the month, you'll get the soft techniques and the software and techniques. So all these things are already there. It is all recorded and kept out there. All right, thank you. So okay, good. So what was not connected is something that you need to help me. Okay, I'm also looking at learning, guys. So this is what would help us to grow. So I'm giving you this part. Okay, so here, if you have scored as less than 5, you need to help us out to figure, because only you know. Okay, we don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this particular link to you guys. Please let us know why or what can come to your expectations. What are the other things that you felt we should have given it to you? Okay, so this is not the fest. This is not the dumb mastery. Yeah, this is the part of the dumb mastery. The monthly meeting is a part of dumb mastery. Dumb mastery has got 9 verticals. The first one starts at the morning, 5 o'clock to 6:30, where we come and we relate to each other. We work on our own stuff only with the video on. The second starts at 7 o'clock to 7:30, which is called as the dumb mastery, where we do 2 things. The actual dumb mastery is where we do the anti-procrastination pill, which happens on 5 minutes. And then we do idea mastery, generate 10 ideas every day. We have something called as power pitch presentation, which starts typically on every Tuesday. And we have international or national level of people who come and share their ideas and all these things at a 30-minute stage, which happens at the evening. And we also have something which is for the internal people, which is called as a hard talk, where you might be also, if you nominate yourself, we can also invite you, which happens on typically on Fridays. So there are many other things are there. So the time is very short. So I would like to take your excuse, guys. And please don't feel bad. We don't judge you. We don't blame you. We don't compare. We don't complain. And we don't give any goddamn excuse out of there. So if you are writing to us, we take your suggestions, and this will help us to make this community much more powerful and much more strong. So thank you so much for all the powers and being here. And it was definitely a pleasure to have everyone and all here. So with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.
Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now. I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone. That's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really